Welcome to our channel, Adult Life. Stage 1. 90 to 95 of pregnancy. Cheetah cubs are born blind, so they need their mother's care. The female's gestation period lasts 90 to 95 days. This means she is pregnant for about 3 months. Shortly before she is ready to give birth, the mother makes a den in a quiet hidden spot. She chooses her location in the tall grass in thick underbrush or near a clump of rocks. A cheetah gives birth to an average of 5 to 6 cubs. Each cub weighs between 250 to 425 grams. Cubs are born completely helpless and with their eyes closed, but they develop rapidly. Scent and touch are used to find their mother's nipples to suckle. They start crawling around the nest area at 4 to 10 days when their eyes begin to open. At 3 weeks, their teeth break through the gums. A mother cheetah will frequently move her litter. This prevents a buildup of the scent of the den site, which may lead other predators to the cubs. She carries very young cubs in her jaws. The cubs are very vulnerable to lions, hyenas, and other predators when the female leaves them alone. When hunting, she may be away for up to 48 hours. In Tanzania's Serengeti National Park, 90% of all cubs do not reach the age of 3 months. Other causes of death are abandonment when prey is scarce, exposure due to low temperatures, or grass fires. Stage 2. 6 weeks to 18 months. At 1.5 to 2 months of age, the cubs leave the safety of the den to accompany their mother. They are very vulnerable as they are not able to defend themselves. They stop drinking their mother's milk at 3 to 4 months of age. They start eating meat and learning to hunt. The games they play and the experiences they have during this stage will teach them the skills needed to survive on their own. Learning to hunt. The mother brings live prey, such as a young gazelle, to the 9 to 12-month-old cubs. She releases it in front of them and the cubs attempt to catch it. This allows the cubs to practice their hunting skills while still under her supervision. Accurate timing and coordination during a hunt are important for their future survival. Stage 3. 18 to 22 months. Stage 3 begins at the age of 18 to 22 months when the cubs have grown into subadults and leave their mother. The subadults will remain together for up to 6 more months. At first, their success rate at capturing prey is poor. Cheetahs are diurnal, hunting mornings and early evenings. They rely on their sight to find prey. They spend most of the day resting under shady trees or on termite mounds. Night hunting is only done during a bright moon. Stage 4. Adult life. In Stage 4, cheetahs become sexually mature. Although they are mature at 16 to 18 months, most do not breed until they are 3 to 5 years old. At 20 to 30 months of age, females leave their littermates to find suitable mates and start their own families. They raise their families on their own without the help of the males. Males usually do not breed until they are 4 to 5 years of age and dominant in a territory. They live alone, or brothers form permanent groups called coalitions. These groups stay together for life, claim territories, hunt, and find mates together. Finding a mate. Cheetahs often mark their scent on tree trunks with their urine. This behavior is common among cats. The range of a female offspring may partially overlap that of her mother. Namibian cheetahs are more social than those reported in other countries. Females are often seen with multiple adults and cubs of varying ages. Female cheetahs are polyoestrous, which means there is no regular breeding season. If not bred, females come into heat, estrus, several times a year. Estrus means they are ready to breed. If cubs are lost to predators, females soon come into estrus again. Smell, sound, and behavioral stimuli attract males to females. Female cheetahs leave a scent trail by releasing sex hormones in urine and feces. They mark trees and bushes. This behavior increases during courtship. When courtship takes place, males will follow females closely and mock fighting may be observed. When a female is ready to mate, she adopts a receptive posture. The male mounts the female, bites the back of her neck, and breeding takes place. When the male dismounts the female, she rolls over on her back and swats at him. Mating will take place for 1 to several days and ends when the male loses interest in the female and leaves. Males do not help raise the cubs. Living fast, dying young. Male coalitions. A coalition consists of a group of male siblings of the same litter or young unrelated males that have joined together. A hierarchy develops among the males within a coalition. Young males are usually chased away from their birth range by dominant breeding males. They may establish home ranges more than 100 kilometers away. A coalition is more successful in acquiring and holding territories and in defending kills than single males. This competition can result in mortality among males. Mortality. The cheetah's lifespan is poorly documented in the wild. A radio-collared cheetah lived to be almost 7 years of age in Tanzania's Serengeti National Park, and one of CCF's radio-collared cheetahs in Namibia lived for over 10 years. Adult mortality is one of the most significant limiting factors for cheetah population growth and survival. Poaching, competition with large predators and farmers, and loss of habitats and prey are factors attributing to early death. Though cub deaths are high, cheetahs have evolved to reproduce rapidly in response to this mortality. Physiology. The uniqueness of the cheetah is not made up of a single trait, but rather a set of traits in its physiology that can be observed from all parts of its body. The skull provides room for jaw muscle needed to tear up meat. The spine provides the flexibility it needs to reach its incredible speeds. The feet and claws facilitate running, sharp turning, and hunting. The tail provides the balance it needs while pursuing prey. Read on to discover all the fascinating points about the species' anatomy and physiology. Anatomy. All parts of the cheetah's body work in unison during a high-speed run, and the sum of each of their role together is greater than the individual parts. Explore the illustration below to learn about the role and function of each highlighted body part. Spots and stripes. Adult cheetahs are easily distinguished from other cats by their coat patterns. The color and spots are a form of camouflage. This helps cheetahs hunt prey and hide from other predators. Distinctive black tear stripes run from the eyes to the mouth. The stripes are thought to protect the eyes from the sun's glare. It is believed they have the same function as a rifle scope, helping cheetahs focus on their prey. Until 3 months of age, cheetah cubs have a thick silvery gray mantle that runs down their back. The mantle helps camouflage the cubs by blending them into shadows and grass. It also provides protection from the sun and rain. With their mantle, cubs look like an aggressive animal called a honey badger. This may deter predators such as lions, hyenas, and eagles from attempting to kill them. This is known as mimicry. Skull. All predators have specialized features for catching and killing prey. Predators have large forward-facing eye sockets and large ear cavities that provide space for specialized senses. Although there are differences in skull proportions, carnivore skulls are quite similar. The cat skulls are different from other carnivore species, as they have a flatter nose and enlarged nasal cavity. In addition, there is significant room at the back for holding the strong jaw muscles. The cheetah's skull has some features that are distinct when compared to the skulls of other cats. Feet and claws. Foot. Cheetah's foot pads are hard and less rounded than the other cats. The pads function like tire threads, providing them with increased traction in fast, sharp turns. Claw. The short blunt claws work like the cleats on a track shoe. They grip the ground for traction when running and help increase speed. Cheetah's claws are semi-retractable, meaning they do not completely retract like the claws of other cats. The foot structure of the cheetah is very dog-like. Dew claw. The dew claws of the cheetah are located on the upper inside area of the front foot. These are sharp and frequently used to hook and hold prey. Heart and lung. The cheetah has a strong heart that rapidly pumps large amounts of oxygenated blood from the lungs to the muscles to keep them supplied with energy while running. Large lungs provide adequate oxygen for a cheetah's increased energy needs while pursuing its prey. The cheetah's respiratory rate climbs from 60 to 150 breaths per minute, nearly twice as fast as humans. Cheetahs have enlarged nostrils and sinuses, allowing an increase in airflow to the lungs. High speeds can, however, only be maintained for 400 to 800 meters before exhaustion sets in and the body risks overheating. A cheetah running 249 kilometers from Achawarongo to Windhoek would need to stop to rest more than 311 times. If it could run there without resting, it would take 2 hours and 26 minutes at 110 kilometers per hour. Body and bone. Body. The cheetah's body is narrow and lightweight with long, slender limbs. Specialized muscles allow a greater swing to the limbs, increasing acceleration. Tail. The cheetah's long muscular tail works as a rudder, stabilizing and acting as a counterbalance to its body weight. This allows sudden sharp turns during high-speed chases. The tail is also thought to be a signaling device, helping young cheetahs follow their mother in tall grass. The tip may be black or white in color. Bone. The extreme flexibility of the cheetah's spine is unique. This allows more extension during running, thus making both its stride length and speed possible. If the spine were stiff and the pectoral and pelvic girdles were firmly attached, the cheetah would not be able to reach 100 kilometers per hour. The hips, pelvic girdle, pivot to increase the cheetah's stride length. This allows the front. Cheetah canines are smaller and less developed than those of the lion or leopard. The incisors, front teeth, are used for plucking fur and skinning the carcasses. Straight and strong incisors are essential for quick access to the meat of the prey. The carnassial, back teeth or premolars, work in scissor-like fashion and enable the cheetah to shear large pieces of flesh which are quickly swallowed whole. When using these teeth during feeding, cheetahs hold their head sideways at an angle to the carcass. These blade-like teeth are similar to the lions and leopards. They do not have the same function as chewing meat as those of the jackal or crushing bones like those of the hyenas. Communication. Cheetahs communicate in many ways including sound, smell, touch, and sight. Communication may be either threatening or submissive. Vocalizations. Cheetahs have many unusual vocalizations. These are some of the most common calls made by cheetahs. Purr. As with domestic cats, this sound indicates a friendly and contented mood. Chirp. A high-pitched bird-like chirp is used by a mother calling her cubs. Cheetahs greeting each other and during courtship. These calls can be heard over a long distance. The intensity of the chirp increases with excitement. Stutter call. A male on the trail of a female in heat will use this call. It is also used by a mother asking her cubs to follow closely. Growling, hissing. These sounds are associated with defense and aggression. With these vocalizations, they may lunge and slap the ground, alternatively crouching and growling. Bleating. This sound expresses distress and is similar to meowing. In. This call is used by a mother to summon her young and alternates with chirping. Genetics. Cheetahs exhibit a number of physiological abnormalities because of the genetic bottlenecks that the species have gone through in its history and evolution, with the most recent one being only about 10,000 years ago. Therefore, understanding the genetics of the species is crucial in both saving individuals as well as larger populations. Genetic confusion. How does this relate to the cheetah? Cheetahs are very closely related and have a low genetic diversity. This is due to the drastic reduction in their numbers when the population bottleneck occurred. Inbreeding and low genetic diversity may cause abnormalities. Genes are the components of living cells that pass down inherited characteristics such as brown eyes or curly hair in humans. Genetic diversity is the variety of genes in an organism or in a population. Diversity increases the likelihood that a given species can adapt and survive catastrophes such as sudden environmental changes or exposure to new diseases. Diversity is reduced when inbreeding occurs. This means members of the same family or close relatives breed only among themselves. Abnormalities. CCF collects data to monitor cheetah genetics, physical qualities, and reproduction. Body measurements, blood, and skin samples help evaluate overall health. CCF has recorded the following abnormalities in wild Namibian cheetahs. Crowded lower incisors. Cheetahs use their front teeth, incisors, to rapidly skin their prey. Some cheetahs have very crowded and crooked front teeth. This abnormality decreases the amount of meat the cheetah can quickly eat before another predator steals the kill. Birth defects. Congenital, genetic, birth defects, such as 5-legged and 2-headed cubs, are often reported in cheetahs and cause high infant mortality. Defects are a result of low genetic diversity. This problem is also reported in other inbred species. Focal palatine erosion. This abnormality occurs when the lower molar, back teeth, damage and break through the upper palate, roof of mouth. Dental impressions and skull X-rays allow CCF to relate problems with information on genetics, health, diet, and geographic origin of affected cheetahs. Palatine erosion is reported in both captive and wild cheetahs and can lead to a fatal infection. Abnormal sperm. A high frequency of sperm abnormalities, 71%, first alerted researchers to the genetic problems of cheetahs. Cheetahs have a very low sperm count, 10 times lower than domestic cats. Sperm abnormalities usually indicate a high level of inbreeding in the population. Cheetahs breed normally despite this problem, and long-term monitoring will follow their success rate. Kinked tails. Crooked tails have been recorded in 19% of the Namibian cheetahs evaluated since 1995. This is the first documentation of this abnormality in wild cheetahs and could be linked to a lack of genetic. Thanks for watching and listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget to press the bell icon.